What's up guys, and welcome back to some Sly Cooper content. As you may have noticed from the thumbnail and title, this is a collab video. It's actually my first one. Now Mulatosly is another YouTuber who makes pretty great Sly Cooper content. I will leave the link of his channel in the description below, so make sure to check him out. Now before we proceed, I just wanted to tell you guys that this video is part 1. Once you're done watching this video, make sure to check out part 2 on Mulatosly's channel. With that being said, what exactly is the point of this video? We both decided to talk about the Cooper cane, its purpose, why is it so important to the Coopers, history, and pretty much stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, the Cooper cane has been part of the legacy for generations. Every single member of the clan had a cane, which is very similar to the shape we know. Why is this cane useful? Why is it important? It's used for thieving techniques. Let's take Drake Cooper's fast dive for example. It can also be used as a weapon. But is this cane the key to their success? Is this what turned them into master thieves? I'm gonna say not necessarily. The majority of the moves in the Thievius Raccoonus don't even require the cane. Plus, not all Coopers used it for thieving. Let's take Autovan for example. Autovan Cooper used his machines for his thieving skills. So in the end, it might have helped them a bit, but it's not what turned them into master thieves. So how did the Coopers become successful? They basically came up with their own skills. And these skills did not necessarily involve the cane. Okay, if the cane is not the key to their success, then how is Sly supposed to succeed? Doesn't he use his cane a lot? Yes he does. He mainly uses it for pickpocketing and snatching. Okay, sometimes pickpocketing is very useful. Sometimes Sly needs keys to a specific door. But overall, he's learned a lot of skills. He's pretty good when it comes to sneaking. So basically, with the help of his friends, he can easily succeed. He doesn't necessarily need the cane. So in the end, the Thievius Raccoonus is what gave them success. A lot of skills are written inside that book. All of the Coopers used the skills that were inside the book. And like I just said, not all of them require the cane. Here's another way to explain this. Let's take Paradox time traveling for example. What did he do? He stole all of the Cooper canes. Now is that the reason why the pages in the Thievius Raccoonus started to fade? No. Yes, their canes were taken away, but the Coopers were being dealt with. One was put inside a circus, one was behind bars. The absence of the Coopers is what caused the pages to fade. If these Coopers are tossed aside, how are they supposed to write inside the Thievius Raccoonus? That's pretty much the reason why the pages started to fade. Here's another reason as to why the cane is not that necessary. Let's take Sly Cooper's invisibility move for example. It didn't require the cane, so there you have it. The main reason the Coopers are considered master thieves is due to their skills. Now all of the Cooper canes are different. Mulatosly will actually go over that. Some of these Cooper canes are pretty much weapons. So what exactly do these canes represent? It's simple. It represents the Coopers. Let's take the Cooper Vault for example. Only a true Cooper can open it. Now the Cooper Vault will be discussed later on. The cane builds this connection. The parents probably told their kids a bunch of stories which involved the cane. The cane pretty much is their most valuable treasure. Out of everything that's inside the Cooper Vault, the Cooper cane is their most precious treasure. Although it's not what turned them into master thieves, it managed to keep the legacy alive at least. The Cooper cane represents their legacy. Oh, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but all of the Coopers have different canes, right? They're not using their ancestor's cane. All I'm gonna say is that more will be mentioned later on by Mulatosly.
Hello Cooper family. So, as my friend Vivi said, the cane has a big meaning to the clan. But not only that, a cane is a Cooper's identity. A Cooper without a cane is like a baby without his cuteness, or a woman without a smile. What I mean by this is that each Cooper has a different identity and personality, or in other words, a unique cane. Let's take a quick trip back in time and look at the first ever cane, Bob's. As you can see by the picture, he has a very Ice Age cane, probably with the teeth of a conquest made in battle. A dinosaur perhaps? But throughout the chapter, he rocks a big bone since its cane got stolen. But as time goes on, we see some modifications to the cane's sizes and shapes. Since Bob's was Ice Age, it was very primitive. Looking at Egypt's Titan common, the canes now have a C-shaped end, allowing a Cooper, and only a Cooper, to enter the Cooper Vault. Since Tutankhamun II started the Cooper Vault, his cane is the first to appear, resembling a Kupesh from Egypt. Pretty neat, huh? Okay guys, now that we covered Tutankhamun's cane, let's just go and cover the rest of the canes. Now, as you can see from the screen, I posted all of the canes that you can find in the Cooper Vault. Although, since this is a co-op video and we're going to divide this in a two-part episode, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of information regarding about the canes. So I'm just going to do my best to summarize and still keep this entertainment and informative for you guys. So without further ado, let's just hop into the first cane. I'm going to do this from a Thieves in Time perspective. So looking at the first cane, I'm going to cover Ryoichi's cane. Now, Ryoichi, originally in the Soccer Punch games, he had two twin canes. Now these twin canes were made with iron, steel, same. But when we see Ryoichi in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, we see a different story actually. Instead of he rocking the twin cane with iron, he rocks a katana and a wooden cane. So we don't use a katana that often. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we actually use the katana. But we use the wood cane. And the wood cane is essentially the twin cane, but is a big wood, which is similar to Sly's, although it's in wood. And when you charge your attack, this wood cane becomes twin canes, and it launches a big attack with some shuriken on it. Pretty neat! But now, as you can see from the next picture, we have now Tennessee Kid Cooper. Personally, my favorite of the ancestors. I don't know why, but I just feel attached to this guy. This guy looks so badass right now, I don't even know. But yeah, on the Cooper Vault, he had the revolver cane. Although, when we see Thieves in Time, he has a revolver carbine cane. So as you can see from the picture, the pistol, or revolver in this case, is very tiny and he got modified. I bet Bentley modified it, I don't even know. But Thieves in Time looks very different. Now, my main question for you guys is this. Do canes perhaps change with time? Or did Paradox modify the canes throughout this journey of collecting them? Because we only see like the legit canes at the very end, because Paradox, we don't return any canes at the end of each chapter. Paradox keeps all the canes until the very end. Now, going to the next one, which is Salim Al-Kupar. This one was a very controversial one to me, because again, looking into the Soccer Punch, we have a big cane and a big Salim Al-Kupar. But when you go for Thieves in Time, Salim is very old, the cane is different, and yeah, he's retired. So I don't know why Sanzaro did this. Maybe it was easy for Paradox to catch him, but either way, the cane changed again. Now, the question remains, does it change with time, or does Paradox change the canes? But one thing that keeps in mind, one thing that you need to keep in mind, the C shape remains. So every little detail is essential here. Keep going into the next one, and the last one in Thieves in Time, we have Sir Galef's cane. So this cane, not going to lie, this game doesn't have that much to talk about. Sir Galef was a honorable knight and a cunning thief that made part of the Cooper Order in England. So medieval England we're talking about. He was a knight, so he rocks a shield, a sword, and his cane in shape of a lance, which is actually a lance, but and he got the C shape representing the Coopers. So he's a knight, so nothing much to talk about him. Moving into the last characters, we have Otto Van Cooper, who doesn't use the canes for thieving, as Vivi said in the beginning of the episode. Vivi didn't state something important that I will state right now. He used the cane in the plane. He uses the cane as the main part of his playing. So yeah, that was still the symbol. He didn't use the cane as a weapon, but he still rocks the cane. So clearly the canes need to be a treasure for the family, or at least a symbol. Each time you see a cane, now you know it's Sly Cooper's. Like, for example, the clockwork. Each time you see a shadow, you know something's going bad, especially if your name is Cooper. But if you're a thief and you see the cane, you know something's going bad for your pockets. Haha. We go to the last two canes. We have Tedious Winslow Cooper III. That this cane is exactly the same as Sly's, although he has a diamond at the end. And Winslow Cooper, being like a highly aristocrat, very polite gentleman, rocks the cane upside down. So he uses a cane like an actual cane, not like a weapon, but still. That's funny to see. Now, boys and girls, we're now into the last cane, Sly Cooper. Now this one, I wish we could receive this cane in VTNVIVI in time, but we didn't got this cane. But this one is a very cool one to see actually. Looking at this cane is huge. Sly Cooper was considered, and is considered, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken, the strongest Cooper in history. So he was Scottish, so yeah, he went to the gym all the time, as you can clearly see by those buffy arms and that freaking cane. But yeah, that's pretty much it what I have to say about the canes. There's a lot of differences between the games. They vary between attacks and between sizes and shapes. In my point of view, there's no point of me talking about Harriet Cooper, because Harriet Cooper didn't wear a cane. She had a dagger, and then when her arm was chopped off, she used her cane as a hook. So she was a pirate. Harriet One-Eye Cooper. That's pretty much the story of Harriet. I'm just summarizing that entire story right there. But anyway, let's just see what Vivi has to say about the next part.
Now the first Cooper cane, which is Bob Cooper's, appeared around 10,000 BC. As technology evolved, the canes evolved as well. Now Mulatosly went over the types of canes, so you guys pretty much noticed how the canes evolved with time. Although technology evolved, not all of the Coopers decided to use advanced technology. Now what advanced technology am I talking about? I'm talking about metal. Metal forging began around 4500 BC. Now Sly Cooper is from 1350 BC. Sly Cooper 1 and 2 had metal canes. They had the same canes, and they were made of khopesh, which was a metallic material back in ancient Egypt. Although metal became a thing with time, not all Cooper canes were made of metal. Let's take Ryoichi for example. He's from around 1600. Now, when Sucker Punch was working on the Sly Cooper games, Ryoichi actually had 2 metal canes, but when Sanzaru stepped in, he got a katana, and his cane was made of wood. So if we go with Sly 4, Ryoichi used this katana as a weapon, not his cane. Okay, yes, he could swing his cane around in Sly 4, but through the years, I'm pretty sure he used this katana as his main weapon. Okay, what's so special about the Cooper cane? It can be used as a weapon, it can be used for pickpocketing, but what else can it do? What's so special about this cane? Didn't Sly Cooper 2 create the Cooper Vault? How are we so sure that he's actually the one who created the vault? Mulatosly will go over that later on. But anyways, back to the point, the vault can only be opened by a Cooper. And why is that? Well, the door requires a Cooper cane. Now, I might be thinking too much, but judging by the door, it seems like only Sly Cummins and Sly's canes can fit in. Okay, now, aren't the Cooper canes all different? Pretty much, yeah. How are those canes even supposed to fit in the lock? How could the other ancestors enter the vault? Let's take Sly McCooper's cane for example. His cane was pretty huge. It was made of stone. How could his cane fit through the lock? Did Sly's ancestors have more than one cane? Probably. Maybe the key was Sly Cummins' cane. But here's the thing guys, Sly Cummins' canes are inside the vault. How is Sly McCooper for example supposed to get in? Apparently his cane can break any lock, but I don't think it can break the lock of the Cooper vault. What if Sly Cummins' canes weren't inside the vault until some point in time? Those canes were probably used to go inside the vault. If Sly Cummins 2 is the one who created the vault, then his canes canes are the keys. How is one supposed to get in? Okay, Sly used this cane to open the door. If opening the Cooper vault didn't require Sly Tunkamintu's canes, does that mean that any object which is shaped like a C can unlock the Cooper vault? More will be explained later. So yep guys, this is pretty much it for part 1. Like I mentioned in the beginning, make sure to check out part 2 on Mulatosly's channel. The link will be in the description. Other than that guys, thanks for watching part 1.